Hello. Hi. Howdy there. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Um, Hoping this looks okay. I don't. Got another thing in here now. Got a TV in here. Actually, I should probably load something I can. Oh boy. In the game, I can turn back off. I just need to see if this is how this is gonna sound. I have been working quite a bit. I'm only off today because it's Labor Day. Otherwise, I'm there, and my schedule changed too. Just another bummer. But it is what it is. Whatever. What can you do? All right. Mm, and dog hair everywhere. I just changed my shirt because I was covered in dog hair. 33 years later. I'm looking over at my dog. He's gonna know what that song is. I'm gonna say I didn't remember the Super Nintendo one starting off like that. I think that's what the Sega CD one is. It's just nothing but those sections. The coolest thing that this game has is that right there. Games used to love doing this. Guys on motorcycles that just go back and forth. It feels like this is weird. This is a weird statement, but this feels like a great game to be playing like Labor Day weekend. never get there. I want to see my boy. Everybody's favorite wrestler of all time. I think he's in this game. Strange. So much dog hair, man. Oh boy. Look at the size of that man. Okay. Damn it. If I find WWE 2K24 on sale, I need to actually go ahead and get that one day. I keep talking myself out of it, but the WrestleMania stuff just sounds so cool. I loved this guy when I was a kid. I guess because he had a cool outfit, man. I don't know. I need to go back and watch some of his matches like as an adult because I feel like I've seen him. I think he's the one that had the match with Lawrence Taylor at like WrestleMania. Hey, what's up? Sounds so real. Sounds like a real theme. Gosh. I thought he was so cool too. I never understood the appeal of Lex Luger, even when he was in WCW. I mean, outside of people point out like him making the weird sounds, like whenever he got hit, like ah, oh, all crazy grunts. They are 6'5" and 6'7". No way he was 6 feet. Maybe. A 1, 2, 3 kid. What a specific time period. Oh man. It's so weird, like when I was a kid I used to think, you know, I thought the idea of Doink was cool, but hearing some people say that, you know, like he was like super, cause I didn't pick up on like heels and faces back then. It's like, oh, Hulk Hogan and Macho Man are good guys and everybody else is a bad guy. But yeah, he was it's supposed to sound like a truck starting up. Anyway, Doink was supposed to be a heel, and I guess he scared, like, kids. But the thing is, like, I knew that he had a little mini clown, too, which was Dink. How can you hate a clown that has a little mini version of themselves? What a bad theme. This is up there with IRS's theme. Man. There we go. The slingshot suplex. I think of Shawn Michaels, like his signature move would be, you know, sweet chin music. Super kick. Weird, I thought. Alright, so this isn't the one I wanted to play anyway. Guess I'll go with Bret Hart. That right there, when I was a kid. So with wrestling games, the thing that will always be the challenge is like, how do you pin somebody? That was thing number one. And then thing number two is like, how do you jump on the top rope? That was all anybody wanted to do. And then, you know, if the games had like, oh, we've got objects outside the ring. That was another popular one. I don't know how to pick this up. Look at, oh, come on. Oh my God. No. Uh-oh. Wait, I was winning that. What are we doing? When you compare this game to like the Japanese style games like Fire Pro, it's wild how good Fire Pro is. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. This looks like it's this is, yeah, Genesis. He hit the ref and he's supposed to be the good guy. The ref is just down forever. I'm technically dead. Oh no, what's he gonna do? He's straight up murdered me. I'm done. They cannot believe what they just saw at ringside. I think it's supposed to be Vince McMahon and Jerry the King Lawler. It's pretty cool. Alright, this isn't the one I was looking for. So there's... He wouldn't be in Super WrestleMania. Maybe he's in Royal Rumble. Wait, what do you mean? Like a... What do you mean by erasing Sim? Oh, no, I didn't. I never got into those. Man. Princess Maker was one of those series that was like always there. And I would hear about it on websites when I was looking for like, you know, hidden gem games, but the games would be like 75% translated, and I'm looking like, this is just all menus. I don't know what this is. That Crush. It's wild how this game looks the exact same as the last one. Macho Man, Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan. Look at him. Look at how young he looks. And this is like towards... This isn't towards the end of his career, but this is when people are like, oh, he should throw in the towel. Yeah, they all look the same. The Undertaker. They have like a couple of different old styles, but a lot of these games look the exact same. But a bunch of them were just button mashers. So yeah, the last one, that was when they called it, what do they call it? Like the new generation. That was when Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels were there, which are like the two big ones. But then you also have people like Yokozuna, Lex Luger, Doink, the Repo Man. This is I think this is the one that, yeah, there's Crush. Oh no, Crush. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I think he's Canadian, but they bill him as being from Glens Falls, New York. I thought this guy was so cool because he used to come up with a 2x4. But like, I swore, you know, man, this is the most American guy ever. Like, forget Hulk Hogan. But I don't understand why a white guy carrying a 2x4 made me think America. It worked. It worked on me. This is the Narcissist. This is before he was Lex Luger. There's Shawn Michaels. The Model. Oh man. Rick the Model Martel. His special move is the Boston Crab. This guy... There's been plenty of wrestlers that have had this gimmick before, but he had, I remember there's something that, I think he would come out to the ring because he was supposed to be a heel, and he would spray his signature perfume in people's eyes, which was, I'm pretty sure, just a bottle, like a spray bottle full of water, but it was called Arrogance. It was great. It was a great character, Papa Shango, who goes on later to be the Godfather, and then the Good Father, doing the Ho Train. He looks completely different here. IRS. When I was talking about Diesel having a bad sound, like entrance, IRS is probably one of the worst of all time. Oh, he gets Ted DiBiase's theme here. His regular theme is just cash registers. It's terrible. Alright. They can do whatever they want to, but when you get into the game, is this not the exact same game as the last one? This is literally the exact same thing. Even the animations right there are the same. The space outside the ring seems bigger. I'll give it that. Atomic drop. backbreaker into whatever that is. Oh my god. Oh wow, he just ran into the corner and like caused me to fly off. It was wild. This is the other thing I forgot. People used to really want to know how to do this. Like, how do you get outside of the ring in these games? And each game would have its own like version of this, where like you would go out of the ring and oh man, I can get back in, right? I got time. Some games would do a 20 count. Some games do a 10 count, like a really fast 10 count, which used to suck. But a lot of times, the way that matches would end if I played with other people was like somebody would go outside of the ring and they couldn't figure out how to get back in, or they would have the person pretty much dead, like I am now, and they couldn't figure out how to pin. So the matches would go on for like 15-20 minutes until somebody figured out the pin combination was. In a modern wrestling game, this would be a rope break. Oh well. Those eyebrows. Really cool? No. Alright. There are people that used to say that they were creeped out by Papa Shango, and I never understood it. He has to be in one of these games. This game is also the same. This is the earliest one. I think I actually have this cartridge here. I was looking for Sid Justice. Or Sid Vicious, whatever they're calling him in the game. Same game. Oh no, I did too. But the thing is I used to rent games all the time, so the way I would read the manuals is like, I would rent the game and I would be in the back of the car, like just staring at the manual, reading it over and over and over. And the other thing about renting games is occasionally, like, you would get a game that didn't have the manual, so what they would do is they would make their own creative little like covers or whatever. Like, it'd be like, you know, whatever the name of the place was, like, I don't know, Bill's Rentals, and it would just have like, you know, their logo, and on the backside of it would have like a brief version of the instructions, which barely ever worked properly. But anyway. The only reason I bought this game for the Sega Genesis, the version I have now, is because I just have strong memories of this here. This is when he has it here. IRS versus Ted DiBiase. Interesting. Erwin R. Shyster. Oh no. Why are we doing this? This looks different. This one does look different. I'll give it that. But gameplay wise is the exact same, and I believe that's supposed to be Mean Gene out there. This used to be the funniest thing about these games. You would always want to do stuff on the top rope, but a lot of times the AI was too smart, so they wouldn't let you. Like, they just go out of your range, so if you do anything, that happens, and they do this. Fastest match ever. Yeah, I don't know how to play these games. It's because the way that these games play. So when I was younger, no issue playing them. But I don't know if I have Fire Pro on here. I might. I doubt it if it's not under Fire Pro. Shouldn't show up here. Oh, there it is. Super Fire Pro Wrestling X. Okay. Another wrestling game. I think this game, I believe this is the one where I've never done the story mode. I usually just do like exhibition matches just to mess around with it. Because I'm just amazed at how this series didn't change over the years. And still kind of holds up. I think this is the series where like your wrestler, when they're on the road to becoming like champion or something like that. I think if you win, or I think you get to the last match or something like that, like either you win or you lose, and I think your guy gets like depressed and commits suicide in the ending. This is from the guy. The story mode, I believe, is from the guy that did like No More Heroes and all that other stuff. Oh, I chose the wrong thing. We're good. It's my Undertaker! Oh, yes! Oh, man. I missed that. He looks like pale Danny Trejo. That's really weird. So the way that this series works is it's stamina based and it's timing based. So when you go for like lockups, it's just like when you press the button. So it ends up feeling more like an actual wrestling match, which is I think it's interesting. If you try to go for like stronger things too early, it won't happen. Reversed. And for another one. Oh, I'm gonna throw him out of the ring. I'm gonna throw him out of the ring. Oh no, he got me instead. Oh man. What? Come on. Almost had this guy. There's no life bars in this game either. So the way you can tell if your wrestler's tired is like they start breathing heavier. Oh, he was almost there. That's it. It's great. The later versions of this game, they do this thing where they... Wait, who's... Oh, I had him. They do this thing where you have to, like, breathe. So if you do a bunch of, like, really exhausting attacks, you have to give your wrestler a chance to breathe, or he'll, like... I guess he just makes it easier to pin him. Oh, he got out. Oh no. I believe that was a Samoan drop. I don't know what that was for sure. That's what it looked like though. Nice. Oh my god. What happened? Classic Undertaker. DDT. There we go. Now point qualify. Oh yeah. This series is great. The last one, there's one on Steam called I think it's Fire Pro. You know, let me look it up because I have it. I was gonna say I think it's called Fire Pro Wrestling Returns, but that might be the older one. Oh shoot, what is this? Oh, Marvel vs. Are you kidding me? I've been looking forward to that Marvel vs. Capcom collection. The thing is $50. What are we doing? It's $50 and you get MVC. Hold on, you get X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, MVC 1, 2, and The Punisher. $50. I'm gonna complain about it, but then I'm gonna buy it. And then I'm gonna stream it, and then I'm gonna feel bad because I could just go in here and just play it. I think. This is X-Men vs. Street Fighter. MVC 1. See that even loads. We're gonna have to mess around with the things. Oh. NBA Jam. I was at the arcade yesterday. Last night. They had a copy of like the arcade machine for NBA Showdown, which is like the modern day NBA Jam. It's pretty cool. It looks sluggish is my only complaint. I didn't play it. I watched 2 other people play it and I was like, yeah, this looks like it's not moving fast, but I don't think they knew where the turbo button was, so maybe that's what it was. Let's see if this works. Oh, because you're afraid of the aliens. The illegal aliens that came from outer space. They're supposed to be here. To fight them and send them back to send them back to their country. Their planet. Like, get it? Beat it, you aliens. Final Burn Neo, maybe? Xenophobe, I think, is a behind the back gauntlet style game, but it's against like aliens. I think, I'm not sure.
Capcom presents Marvel vs. Capcom.
Let's go. Man, when you go from playing Street Fighter and like King of Fighters and like I had played X-Men Children of the Atom and I thought the game looked amazing, but when I finally got to play this, yeah, this is wild. I'm sitting here and I'm playing this on like I'm gonna say it's a 40-inch TV, and like because of how close I'm sitting to it, this thing looks so big, like lifelike or something. Oh yeah.
Ready. Fight.
Alright, we're good. Amazing. I cannot play fighting games with a controller anymore to save my life. I can play 3D fighting games with it, but I can't play 2D ones with them. When I was younger, I feel like I could, but I don't know. I remember like anytime I played with friends, like at the arcade I'd do all right, but when I came home, like I just couldn't do moves. Come on. Let's see. I was trying to do that right there, but I couldn't get it out. Hooray.
Wolverines win.
That should be points right there. But whatever. So, I never really played this in the arcade. There was a thing, Kyle Era, which is like an old emulation thing for arcade games before, you know, Fightcade and stuff existed. GGPO. So, I would go to school and then come home and like sit there because I was into emulation from like an early age. I feel like early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. I would come home and I would literally just play through this game. I would see how far I could get on 1 credit. But the thing is, that doesn't like translate into playing against people. There's a guy I know to this day that the main reason I know him is literally from playing this game though. Counter hit.
Wolverine win.
Yeah, I timed it wrong again. So Jen back there, Jen and Strider are 2 characters that like will just occasionally just go ham, as the kids say, or as the kids said 15 years ago. Yeah, it sucks when they do it too because it doesn't make any sense. Jen's thing is, if he's the last character left alive, he will, he gets like a hyper armor or whatever, so you can't like launch him as easily, or you might not be able to launch him at all. And Strider's thing is that for some reason Strider's the only character that it seems like on any difficulty is just constantly doing combos. And he's like in the other games too.
Wolverine win.
Give me points or something. I think it gave me points for doing the input, but it didn't really count.
Ready.
There's Strider. I just want to see if Strider does his nonsense. I was thinking about Darkstalkers earlier and how, like, people wanted Darkstalkers to come out for a long time. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but, man, like, the idea, when I was a kid, it was something, like, I would see it, because I had a Super Nintendo and I had heard about Darkstalkers. I saw the cartoon, too. But, there's just something about how it looked. The idea of, like, a fighting game where you play as, like, monsters is really neat. Again, he's the only character that seems to really do combos. Nope.
Ready. Fight.
Nice. Ryu in this game, so in the last game, I think X-Men vs. Street Fighter is a really neat game, but I think it's also like, I've played that one against people, and that game is definitely like a broken game where like, I think every character has infinites. This game, sorry, there was this game, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, and X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Marvel Superheroes is the middle one. Marvel Superheroes' problem is that there are like 5 Shotos, which are the characters like Ryu. You got Ryu, Ken, Akuma, Dan, and Sakura, and like that's a lot of characters that are almost the exact same. Well played. Well played. Yeah, that's what you do. Fatality.
Spider-Man. Win.
Yeah.
8. 7. Game over.
Cap. Ah, it's not too bad. I just can't play on controller. This was the game I was able to like get through like consistently, just like come home from school, play through it like 3 or 4 times, like on one life. The thing is like I guess different characters are. I sucked with certain teams. Like I was never able to use Zangief in these games. I think this game right here has Dhalsim, which is another bad fit because some characters move really fast and his strength is like zoning, but you have characters that can move fast and do that. So why do I pick slow stretchy man? No. Like when I could pick like Omega Red, no reason to pick him.
Spider sense tingling.
Boy, let's see. I can't. I won't be able to do anything with her. Like the fact that this is just this hard kick. One of the things that makes Blackheart like such a weird character. Nice. So part of the reason they chose the characters that they chose is apparently like Capcom got like a style book. This is before like Marvel, you know, X-Men was really popular back in the 90s, but like outside of that, like it's not like the Marvel superhero movies were like around. So when like Capcom, you know, would get like art and like, oh, who are your characters? Who should we put in this game? They'd be like, I don't know, pick whoever. And like they would find a character like Blackheart that they thought looked cool. Like, oh, we're gonna put this person in the game. Like, it doesn't even make any sense to put them in there, but that's what they would do. Just because the design looked cool. That's how you end up with like a Mingo in some of the games. Boy, oh boy. Oh no. Atomic Buster. Oh man. Oh man. Alright, we're good. We're good. Yeah. Now, if I'm gonna play one of those games, it's usually Marvel vs. Capcom 1 out of the old ones. X-Men vs. Street Fighter is a game I have a soft spot for, but it's not like better. I don't know which one of the classic one. I feel like most people, if they're gonna play one of the old ones, it's usually MVC 1. Or you have people that play X-Men vs. Street Fighter because it's like the most like imbalanced. It's broken in a way where it makes everybody like potentially devastating. Where everybody has something that's broken. Golden Axe. Mark of the Wolf. Sex DS. N64. My beloved. I feel like whenever I think of N64, there's not a ton of games I think of, but the thing is like the games that are good on the N64 to me seem like they're just like they're so good. Like, you know, Ocarina of Time, I guess, for people that love it. GoldenEye, Mario 64, Star Fox, Wave Race, like, yeah, the replay value in some of those games is just straight up crazy. F-Zero running at like 60 frames per second. Some people love Diddy Kong Racing. I don't get it. I do not understand this game. I get it. It's a kart racing game, but what I don't like about it is I used to play all these games alone. I had friends and we would play, but I feel like Diddy Kong Racing was the kind of game like, you know, if you wanted to do like a single player campaign, you can get a lot more out of it. But I didn't care for the fact that there are so many different vehicles, and like the planes in particular are like bad. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff. I mean, shoot, like I remember people were like genuinely excited about Cyber Tiger. That's because Tiger Woods was like really popular at the time, and it was like a kid-friendly golf game. Well, I mean, let's see. Well, we're gonna listen to this theme song because I love this theme. I haven't heard it in at least a week. We need to hear this. That's cute. Beetle Adventure Racing is another one of those games. I had a friend who bought it, and like he would always want to play it. And my only problem with that game is that the tracks would be like, you know, it might be like 3 laps, but the tracks would be like, I don't know, like 2 minutes long, 3 minutes long, so a little bit too long for me. But overall, you know, it was a cool game. Listen to this awesome theme. I'm gonna soundbar on. I'm trying to like turn the volume down.
What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity back bumble. What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity back bumble. Bump to the beat, to the bump to the bass, bump to the beat, to the bumble. Bump to the beat, to the bump to the bass, bump to the. This
is this game. This is worth like $80 or whatever this game cost when it came out. Like, come on. Just for this song right here. The game is whatever. The game isn't great. The game is okay. When I played it as a kid, I couldn't tell you why I rented Buck Bumble, but I did. Yeah, they spent all of their like budget on this. It's kind of like a helicopter type thing. Like you control the bee, but he controls like he's got like stationary flight, and you have to take out targets. And like some of the targets will be like, oh, they're covered in like sentries, so you have to take out the sentries first, which is like you're still a bee. I think this game just got re-released on the Evercade. It might not be this game. I know Glover is. Terminal velocity. Wonder if I have terminal velocity on my computer. There we go. So I will describe the controls. I'm a bee. On the ground, I'm using the analog stick to turn. I want to go forward like this. I think it just kind of goes. If I hold the A button down, it goes forward. If I hold B, he stops. So we're gonna kind of controls like a fight game, which it's just weird. It makes sense technically, but it also kind of doesn't. Combat. It's combat time. I think there's combat sometime soon. There we go. Yeah, the theme song is the best part about this game. The game, again, is not awful. It's not great either. Like, that, I feel like that theme sets the expectations so high. You're like, yo, is the whole game gonna be like this? No. No, it is not. Just the water, do I die? I don't remember. Yeah. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Like, is that his stinger? Is he shooting? It looks like, alright, so from what I'm understanding, he's like upside down. His head's down towards this side over here. There's his legs up here. But is that gun supposed to be his stinger? And like the metal things are his wings? And is that like diarrhea? What are we looking at? I don't know what that is. I don't understand. This game, once I finally understood how to play this game, like within like the last year or so, like I had a slight understanding, I decided to give Glover a shot, because I remember seeing Glover when I was a kid and not... I would never rent. I was like, why would I rent a game where you play as this stupid hamburger helper hand? But Glover is also seemingly okay. The problem with, I think Glover is the game where you, instead of like controlling the glove directly, you do, but you are kind of like bouncing the ball around. And that's what makes the game hard. It says herd gate open, but it doesn't say where. Uh-oh. Ooh. Nice. Do a barrel roll. I can't tell. My depth perception for this game is like really bad. Yo, what? Excuse me. Sure. That's fine. Whatever. It is what it is. Got him. I don't... This looks like a wall. But it's glowing. Is this an objective? Is this my objective? What the fuck is that thing? What the hell is that? Oh man. That can't be right. They go towards the gate, but what the hell is this? I don't understand. I have no clue what's happening here. Is that bad? The hell is the green stuff? Sure. Yeah, we're good. I don't know. It's a weird game. I need a proper map. Hydro Thunder. Let me look at this game. I haven't seen this game in forever. I've heard people talking about how realistic, or not realistic, just how mind-blowing the graphics were for this game when it came out, like in the arcade. And I remember reading about it in the back of like Tips and Tricks magazine, like high scores that people had. And I've played the arcade cabinet, but I had played it on N64 and Dreamcast first. And my problem is, to me, I could be wrong, but this game never controlled, or the water never seemed as realistic as the What's in Wave Race. So I was always kind of going against it. I've also never been like a huge fan of like I probably like them more now than I did when I was a kid, but I never really was a big fan of like the racing games that had like a ton of shortcuts, Or sometimes like they would have a shortcut that was actually longer. I think San Francisco Rush kind of fell into that. That's the big one. I'm gonna open this damn app.
Hydro Thunder.
Or you, Craig?
Choose your track.
Okay.
Thunder Park. Choose your boat.
This is called Misbehave. Is that a girl?
Misbehave.
There's a girl on it, I think.
3, 2, 1, go, go, go!
I don't. This thing controls so bad. Maybe it controls great and I'm bad. That's possible. I always accept that possibility because it's usually true. Yeah, I don't know, man. When I think about how the water affects wave race, this just doesn't. Nothing compares to it. Yeah. In the arcade, this is... The only thing I think is really cool about the arcade machine is I believe this is one of the machines where you sit down and when you play, I think it has a what's it called? It's got like a fan blowing in your face or something like that to simulate like the wind. But that's it. Outside of that, like there doesn't seem to be like anything crazy.
Great time. You placed fifth.
Good job, you lost. Awesome. How did they know? Jago. Hydro Thunder
Island. Choose your boat. Midway.
presents Hydro Thunder.
Three, two, one, go, go, go! Superstar. They're deployed. Booster is getting low. Time extended. Best time so far.
I'm beating my best time, which was non-existent for this track. Yeah, this is... I don't know, man. I don't know how to do good.
Good day, ladies.
Instead of taking shortcuts.
Lost on a tourist. Time extended.
There has to be like a better boost management thing or something, because now it just seems like there is boost. That's it. There's no like strategy to using it.
There's a port. I got a bad feeling about this. Time extended. Tight turn ahead.
Oh, I'm in 5th place again.
Finish line. Dead ahead. 5th
5th
place.
place. Third place. Okay, sure. Feels like a bunch of nothing. I don't know.
Choose your track.
Alright, well, anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. This has been a long forever. I got out of the arcade last. I worked from like, I think it was like 7 to 7:30 or 7 to 8 or something like that. Got out of work, had to pick up something from my uncle, then went from dropping off his stuff to the arcade. Got home at like midnight or 1 o'clock or something like that. Fell asleep at like 2:30. Woke up at like 5, 6, and then got ready for work, and I worked all day. So long day. I'll go ahead and tap out. But I should be on later tomorrow. Looking at the time, it's 11:52 here. So I'll be on Monday at some point, since I'm actually off Monday for once. Back to work fucking 6 a.m. on Tuesday now, because my schedule changed. Anyway, I will see you later. Have a good night. Peace.